If you're watching this, you're probably someone that gives a lot to work, to everyone that relies on you, friends, colleagues, and so on. And why would they not? You are there for everyone. Maybe not so much for yourself. Hi, I'm Brandy. I'm a well-being and mindset coach and a bit of a nervous system nerd. I work with women in HR and in high-pressure roles who are holding it together from outside, but quietly burning out from inside. I use powerful tools like NLP coaching, EFT tapping, and havening to help you release stress, shift your mindset, and finally start looking after you without any guilt, to realize the amazing person that is there. Because I know how difficult it is to be always the strong one. And I also know how good it feels to finally let yourself excel. So if you've been craving a moment to reset, this channel is for you. Go ahead and hit subscribe and start putting yourself on the well-being list. And let me tell you, I've been there fully. I wasn't in HR, but my life felt pretty similar with the life of the women I support today from HR. Managing people, solving problems, putting fires off one after another, keep hoping that this is the last one, and from tomorrow all is going to be well. Well, there is no space to feel or to breathe, and that was me maybe 10 years ago, where I gave everything that I had. Not because anyone asked me to, but because I felt that is my duty, to prove myself over and over that I'm enough for that job, that I'm good enough for that job, to be the strong one, to be the fixer, the one that always keeps it together. And I ran on adrenaline, caffeine, and in between my shifts and work, lots of sleep when I could. And there were no boundaries and no breaks and no reset. And then something shifted. I looked in the mirror and I realized that the person that was looking back to me wasn't me. I didn't know who was that person, but it wasn't me. My brain was foggy and my emotions were absolutely off the chart. And I didn't stop until something happened outside of my control. And kind of life told me, you need to stop. And I stopped. And when I finally crashed, I thought, okay, this is it. That part of my life is over. I can move on with whatever else. I escaped that life. I changed roles. I tried to take it slow. I moved from London to Brighton. I even took a bit more care of myself. But those patterns will keep repeating, because if you don't deal with a pattern that is in your life, that pattern will keep reappearing in a way of like, did you learn that lesson? Oh, you didn't. Oh, okay, I'm going to show it to you again. Maybe this time, maybe you're going to learn something from that lesson. And here's the thing that maybe no one is telling you. Just because the circumstances change, as I said, the pattern doesn't have to. If you never faced with what drove that behavior before, that behavior is going to happen again. And you carry it with you until you learn the lesson. And that's what I did. I carried that pattern with me for years. The same pressure, the same fear, the same, maybe I'm not good enough for this job, the same questioning, constant questioning and trying to prove myself. Until the pandemic hit. Remember that moment, right? And suddenly the world paused. And in that quietness, all the things that I've been running from, the fear, the beliefs, the self-neglect, again. They all came crushing in. And it's the moment I realized it's either I go in one direction or I will always be that fearful, doubtful, and so on person, which I didn't want to be. It was, I knew that there is something wrong. Not there was something wrong with me, but there was something wrong with all the patterns I was running every day that I had to stop. And that's when I found NLP coaching. And after that, EFT and tapping, and most recently, havening. And those past years were a life-changing years. And it's still work in progress. Don't think that just because I went through all the coaching and I did everything that's possible, I think out there in terms of healing, my life is perfect. I still have doubts. I still have moments when I'm like questioning myself, and then I'm wondering, am I doing the right thing? And I still have moments where those old patterns are kind of like knocking on the door and asking, oh, where are you? Should we start crawling? Should we try crawling in to see, are you good? Or we can go in again. No, that door is forever shut. And that's why it's almost like so important, and once you start working on yourself in whatever way or form, to make sure you guard that door to the old patterns. Otherwise, they will come back. And all these tools help me trust myself again. And now I guide other women, especially in HR, because HR is still dear to my life, through the same journey. Because I know how easy it is to be in that functional mode and not to stop, and how much freedom is on the other side. So if you're ready to start choosing yourself again, even in a small way, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. That way you won't miss any weekly tools and resets that I'll be sharing to help you feel calmer and clear and more like yourself again. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a moment where you thought you were out of something hard that was happening in your life, only to realize later that you were still carrying the same luggage with you? What did you do? Have you experienced before a breakthrough? Let me know in the comments. I read all of them. And if you're new here, this space is for you. Your nervous system, for your healing, and for your future, for discovering that better side of you, for the reset that you didn't know you were allowed to have. If this resonates with you, please subscribe. You will find weekly tapping or havening tools, mindset shift, and of course coaching support, all designed to help you feel calmer, clear, and back to that best side of yourself. I'm looking forward to see you again, and all the best until next time.